But Comida Latina, Comida Criolla is also coming back to the stage. And we're going to be having these kind of wind downs, and we're going to have food shows, and it'll be a little bit different because I'll cook a bunch of food, and then we'll do demonstrations, and then you get to eat a bunch of food. It'll be really, really cool. So,
Yeah,
look out for that
let me
on
know
our
what
website.
schedule that is.
It's
I'm
something
gonna be on that schedule. Yeah. We open that schedule up. I'll be sitting right here.
It'll be on the website. It'll definitely be on the website.
Okay.
Anybody not eat that wants to eat something.
Yes,
What
this
would you
baby
like?
up
I'll make
here.
it for you. Beef, chicken,
Chicken mojo.
chicken mojo? Absolutely. I'll make that for you right now.
Yeah, was I supposed to share?
And while we're talking about cooking, guys, I want to make you want to make
Right?
you trying to say you will need a cooking class over here?
Yeah, I need a cooking class.
So, I do private classes. I don't have a public class at the
Kim
moment.
has an amazing group.
But I do like, I do cooking in people's homes. I do a lot of wedding parties, teach the brides how to cook. I do a lot of celebrity cooking
they
as
need
well.
that.
I've cooked for quite a bit of
So they can stay married.
dignitaries. I had the pleasure of cooking for Jimmy Carter, which was probably the biggest accomplishment that I had in that industry kind of thing. But it's an art. This is just an art like any other art. Cooking, you just don't pick up and just start doing it. We make it look easy because we love it, but it's hard. It's not easy work. I've done it for 30 years. I got here to Georgia as the executive chef of Georgia State University. That's how I moved here to Georgia. For the second time, because I came out here for college in the 80s.
I'm coming,
I
Lonnie.
just told my age.
No.
And I came out here for college. I went to Massey Business School.
Okay.
If anybody's familiar with that school's not even around anymore. And we'll go from there. So yours will be done in just a minute.
What's that one you're making?
That was like second
Beef
request.
or vegetable beef is good? I make
He
beef.
said hers, not yours. Hers will be done. And guys, I just want to let you know too, like I said, just by happenstance, going in the kitchen, this happened. This happened from live streaming in the kitchen. Raul would jump on the live stream, like, what are you doing over there? You know? And then I have a bunch of chefs that follow me that jumped on because I was trying to beat up some jarred spaghetti sauce. They were like, but you just made spaghetti sauce.
Yeah.
I was just trying to add some extra ingredients, but then they let me know that.
Yeah, I would often tell her that. I'd often
Yeah.
say, why are you taking things out of a jar? It's so easy to make it fresh.
Right.
I mean, it looks hard, or it sounds
Here we go,
hard,
Palmer Williams
But
is
it's-
put on the apron.
but it's so easy to just really follow recipes.
Well, you guys make it look easy though, and we kind of rebuke the recipes, right?
Well, I've been doing it for so long that I might be looking to make it look a little easier.
Just going to the store, you take
The
him?
store is like a challenge.
Going to the
And then
store.
by the time you get home and you take everything out of the bag and you put it up, and then you're like, I'm tired.
Right, you have to
So-
buy like 20 ounces of it, and it say use a teaspoon.
So it's funny you say that, right? Because I would challenge you to take a Sunday, and then instead of it, I'm not happy with this, I'm not happy with this one, pick that
You're
out.
not happy with that?
I'm not happy
And
with
it,
that.
and it closed up,
I
it
just,
opened
it
it up.
opened up, I like it.
That's the chef voice, that's the chef voice, and we would have like, D. Palmer Williams played, the busboy played by D. Palmer Williams, y'all.
Remember, he played a busboy in Love Thy Neighbor, right? Didn't he?
Where did Nick go? That's how you knew to just
That's
go
how you
and
need
get
to
that.
grab it, that's how you need to grab it right there, he knew what was needed.
Hey, in order to be a leader, you have to learn how to be a servant.
That's right. That's absolutely right. Amen. Yep, absolutely right. But I challenge you on a Sunday to make fun out of it because it's a challenge, right? So what you do is you invite your family and you entice them and you say, okay, let's see who's gonna make the best dish for the week. And then you prep sofrito, and you prep yourself for the week, and you get it done. And it's a lot easier than trying to do it every single day, right? Just take an afternoon and make it a family thing.
I
You
know,
know, if
I
you
know,
don't
Raul.
enjoy it, if you don't enjoy it, it's the easiest way. Just make it a
I
family thing.
watched 3 football games. I mean, that I'm not watching right now.
Oh, yeah, you're protesting.
But you know what? I'll tell you. I know for me, once I started shopping, I find now when I look at a recipe, I have those ingredients already. I don't have to go and start from scratch.
Right.
You know, I usually, and I'm always surprised when I have those things in my kitchen. Like I can go home today and whip up a chocolate cake. You know, whereas that didn't happen before. Or I can go home and make something fresh. And the way I got into it was because after dealing with my mom's health situation, we realized there was too much processed food in the house. You know, and we buy all of that thinking that it is a convenience, but when you see how fast heat is feeding the organs, you can have fresh, you can do it from scratch with fresh foods. You don't have to.
I'm gonna make you laugh real quick if I may interject. The only reason I cook fast is because I watched my mother all my life cooking. And my father used to get home at 5:45 every single day like clockwork. And my mother would start cooking at 5:15 every day like clockwork. And in 30 minutes, she had a meal ready for this man. And he was not the easiest man in the world to deal with. But when I tell you that in 30 minutes, she defrosted meat, she cooked the meal, she put it on the table, and we had our 30 minutes of time, she did it every single day. That's how I became a chef. True story. True story. My only time, I'm one of 8, and the only time I ever had with my mother was when she was cooking for my father. So I would sit there and I would hand her the ingredients as she was speeding through the meals of doing a meal for my father. When I got older, fast forward, I needed to find something to do with myself because living in New York in the Bronx, it's either, live or die. Because you want to find something to do. It was just the reality of what it was in life. And I started noticing that every time I went to a party, I was always the guy cooking. And I was like, why am I always cooking? And I just couldn't really make ends of it. Sure.
How did you think? And look, ain't nobody caring. Kim been waiting on her second plate, y'all. She has 5:30 a.m. CrossFit.
So the crazy So the crazy thing about it was that I realized that when I had a knack for cooking.
Somebody's mentioning my lemonade.
And
That's your brand right there,
and I
y'all.
started to dabble in the food a little bit. I started getting into it, and when I went to culinary school, it was easy to me.
It was easy.
It was just easy, and it was natural. So I went back in my memory, and I started to think, why is this so easy to me? And I realized it was because every time I handed my mother the sofrito, every time I handed her the salt, she was training me to become a chef. True story. This is a true story. 30 years fast forward later, she died 4 years ago. I got her to tell me how proud she was of the fact that I was a chef. So that's really, really huge.
Do you guys look back and see who really sparked something in you? Do you see it in what you're doing or what it is you want to do? Do you see that?
That's why I realized that it was easy when I went to stripper school.
Y'all.
You guarantee your life.
Well, talk about it. I know when I first met Raul, you talked about bringing food into the theater. Now, let me just let y'all know, y'all come see the show this weekend. You're not going to be down there cooking now.
No, I won't. I'll be out there.
Yeah. So, but you do have an idea of bringing together dinner theater. You talked about that before.
So I'll say the story real fast because I don't want to take your time. But this originally,
we're on your time now. My production is over.
My original plan, this is for her. That's her chicken one. Okay.
They're like, who's getting this phenomenon?
My original plan was to pull out every other seat and do a dinner theater out of this place.
Every other row.
Every other row, and I was going to put a dinner theater in there. And well, just like AMC has a table and the chairs. That's what I was.
You could definitely do the front row.
So it didn't happen, but we brought a lot of food into this theater. I do a lot of catering, and I still have a catering business, although I have the theater. That's beautiful.
Would it interfere with the stage if people were dining while watching? Because I'm thinking,
it would be wonderful if I had the space. Are you kidding me? And I was supposed to be wonderful when I had $1 million. Like,
Yes, so much.
So what would you like next? Would you like an avocado? What would you like?
She just got here, so we need one here.
You don't get it?
It's okay. All right, so I'm gonna give you another one. What do you want?
Whatever you have.
Just give her
He's cooking by request.
Okay.
This is, y'all, those that are watching online, if you missed Ryan Cameron, that was up on the driver's page. So people are asking about it on the Facebook page. You can go and watch the replay on that right now. We're hanging out. This is the after show. Chef Raul, one of my cooking coaches that will jump on my live stream, he is showing us how to properly make empanadas, it being a Hispanic Heritage Month.
September 15th
Through October 15th, but now our show is now September 15th. With What's the Trouble with My Name? Javier Avila.
What did I do with your flyer?
And that's coming up now. So I see how fast I did it?
Yeah.
I mean, he couldn't do it that fast.
And then I have another question. You know, as far as this,
We can get it on the stream.
yeah,
I'm
as
listening.
far as the foods that you have left over, because I find myself throwing away a lot of food.
Right. I don't throw anything away.
Need my
I
address.
come from a poor family.
Right.
So I find myself, the best show that I ever done, and I knew that I was gonna be the best at it, was Chop. You know why? Because every day I woke up, I looked in my cabinet, I had peanut butter, I had a banana, I had 2 crackers, and I had salt, and I had to make a meal. So when I got into Chop, I knew that I was gonna be the baddest ass there was in that place, because I could make something out of nothing, right? So what I tell you is, you take your food, you freeze your food, you put it together, you make stews, you make sauces, you take your chicken bones, you take your fish bones, you take all of these products and you make things out of them. And you'll be surprised how much money you save. Not only how much money you save, but how rich and how flavorful your food is.
I did that the other day. I had some leftover ribs. And, nobody wanted to eat the ribs, so I boiled them and made the best broth ever. Or some cabbage I did later.
Absolutely,
But
absolutely.
one of the things, too, we can speak to...
And salads,
childhood.
You
Yeah.
take it all together, throw it all together, and put it into a salad. Everything is great on top of lettuce.
We'll talk about, because I think a lot of people think, it harkens back to that childhood with all that frozen food and leftovers and hand-me-downs. Is that why we don't want to freeze food today? Is that what it is? Because you always have to go to get something out of the freezer. I told my daughter the other day we made the meat pie. And she was like, we're not going to eat all that. I said, well, let's go ahead and freeze half of it.
Right.
She couldn't think that she would go to the freezer and thaw this out and eat it. What do you mean? So you're going to just let it sit in the fridge. Why? Now, what's that one? Show it on the Palmer.
Yeah.
Show it, I'm sorry, I know.
Who's like an avocado?
Show it on the
Stuffed
video right
avocado.
before we, so
Stuffed
they'll see
avocado?
what you're making. Here, this is the after show, and everybody's eating. He's making empanadas by request, and here comes one with on the keto.
This is a stuffed avocado with ground beef.
I didn't even see
and
the sauce.
And Creole sauce.
We're all gonna drink some colon cleanser.
And Shay, every time, I never eat. I never eat. No, I got it.
Yeah, who else? Avocado?
We got avocado going back here. We're still here, guys. People are still coming in. If you were watching on a previous YouTube and a previous Facebook, the replay with the Wayne camera is there. And we're hanging out still here in downtown Marietta Theater in the Square, and the theater is located on the southwest corner. Come on over.
That's 11 Woodlock Avenue.
And this is where we're going to be this weekend, because there are shows Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday they're kicking off Hispanic Heritage Month.
That's correct. Thank you. That's correct. And you come out and support the theater. The theater needs support. This is a dying art. And if it wasn't for the fact that people like Yolanda, and I told her this, I had this conversation before, if it wasn't for people like her that actually take out their time to talk about things that are happening here, people wouldn't even know.
Right.
If I tell you the thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars that I've spent on advertising to let people know that these doors are open, it goes out the door.
You need an
It
influence.
has to come, it has to come from word of mouth. It has to come from you. 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 Because although they see it, they don't appreciate it. Because they hear it, don't mean that they acknowledge it. Because they see it, doesn't mean that they're going to come and entertain it. But they need to get the feel from people that are experiencing it, saying these things. Hey, I was at that theater, and wow, you got to see what they're doing over there. These guys are giving the youth the opportunity to get ahead.
Also employing young African-American children that are going to school for theater. 'Cause he actually hired my daughter to work here in the theater this summer, and she's now a freshman at FAMU as a theater major.
Oh,
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Only because I met him, 4 or 5 years ago and didn't remember it, and he showed me a picture. And then it just so happened that I saw his son at the gas station earlier this year.
Really?
Mhm.
Wow.
And it's like, and he showed me his car, he's like, oh, you used to have something to do with the theater, and I was like, and he showed me the car, and then I said, I'm just gonna go by here and just walk up in the theater, and then he reminded me of how I met him 4 or 5 years ago.
Wow.
Before this theater.
That's right.
Wow.
So now,
Yeah.
in less than a year, now I'm in
And
this
maybe he's
Christmas-
gonna play Scrooge
So when
this
he
holiday
was a
season.
real big superstar, he didn't want to talk to me. But now,
No, I came to fences 4 or 5 nights.
You
He sure
did,
did.
you
He
did.
sure
To
did.
the point where I started showing people to their seats.
Where is Nick Star? Can we get some of that?
That's correct.
Can we get some of that? To look, y'all like Denzel. That brother right
Yeah,
there.
he was one of the reasons.
That brother right there. I was like,
Denzel ain't got nothing on him.
Denzel,
He
who?
got nothing on him. Nothing.
Nick Star. Can you give us a little bit of that monologue? I will put, let me tell you something, I will put you on the spot. Come on.
Everybody good?
That's like.
All right, awesome.
Come on.
Thank you.
He's getting up, y'all. Come on. Usher him on down here, y'all. Come on and give us some of that.
Sound like church.
Who gonna play Rose? Shay, will you play Rose? Just do the ugly. I was right there with you.
Just don't snot up over here.
Nick Star, y'all.
Man,
I'm coming to get some right here.
I know,
Come
right?
on, Nick. Come on.
I'm doing it in my Troy voice though.
See, you know, y'all, I'm telling y'all, this is one of the reasons I fell in love with theater. But a lot of people don't know. As a blogger, one of the reasons I blog about theater because I get access to it. But imagine sitting in King Hadley, one seat left.
I can't.
Because I go by myself. Kim sometimes says she'll go with me. Shay says she'll go with me, but
I'll go.
everybody always got a ticket for one. So sometimes I just roll on by. We got one more. We got a one seat. I'm sitting there, full house. One seat left. August Wilson walks in, sits right next to me.
Oh my God.
And I'm like,
Oh my.
Did you say, what you say to
August
him?
Wilson.
No, you did not.
She can't say nothing.
No. What do you
there
say?
are only but a few people that make me speechless. And to know, and people around the theater world know I love me some August Wilson. One, because he loved blogging. He loved, because he didn't like traditional media and all of that. He loved storytelling.
Right.
And we got a chance to talk about King Henley. And I don't know how you're gonna talk about King Henley with August Wilson. Who was. But if you don't know August Wilson, go on YouTube, Drive Bus. I got a chance to have an opportunity like this with Todd Kreigler,
Right.
who knows everything August Wilson. We ended up supposed to stream for an hour, another lunchtime thing, and next thing you know, we streamed about 4 hours.
Yes.
And he
loves
told
to
me
talk.
everything that August Wilson, that he was supposed to do. And August Wilson, if you don't know, was born to write our life on stage, did it. Your service is done.
Right.
And one of the first August Wilson plays I saw in Atlanta was Eugene Lee
Yes.
with Brian Cameron in Fences. So, and I said one day I'm gonna do that role of Rose. But there's the other one. What's the story? Which one is the story about Chicago? The guy goes off to Chicago and then he comes back to the
Floyd,
Lord.
7 guitars.
Lord, I'm telling y'all, don't y'all ever end up. I tell my daughters right now, bring the Lord up here. But they did a reading of what 7 guitars? And even in the reading, that sister went so deep in that reading. I'm like, y'all, she done forgot. She done forgot it's just a reading. I'm at home on my screen like this. What? Because she tells Lord everything we ever want to say to a man.
Jesus.
Because you went to Chicago. You didn't have no problem leaving here. You went up there with her. And I was here. And I needed you here with...
Gone, Rose.
Okay, where you going, Rose?
Y'all don't understand. Do me a monologue. August Wilson. If you ever, ladies, if you ever want to figure out who you are August Wilson woman. No man has told our story better than August Wilson. He has captured all of it, every generation, literally. every generation of us, from the American
So
soil
I'll
to
say
the
something.
islands.
Yeah, I'll say something real quick about Nick Starr, you guys, so that you know. Nick has done every single one of August Wilson's plays. He has done the whole cycle. He is probably one of the only ones here in Atlanta, Georgia, that have
They
the
like, who they
title
talking about?
of doing every single August Wilson
Yes.
play. He just
Yes.
finished the last one, Radio
Radio Golf.
about 2 months ago.
I'm gonna bring this up a little bit,
wow,
guys. I know
Nick
y'all
is,
trying to
he's
see.
an amazing individual. But let me tell you something better about Nick, even more than the fact that he's a great artist. He gets back to the community.
Yes.
Nick Starr, for the last 19 years, has headed up something called Young Voices United. Young Voices United is a youth program that him and his wife, Princess Starr, have given back to this community for the last 19 years. Unknown, unseen, again, things that are not spoken about. Until we opened up these doors, this stage was not blessed to people like Nick.
And
Until we opened these doors, this stage did not have African Americans, Latinos, people of color, people of race on the stage unless you were the token.
and
If you were the
Princess was
token, you were
the
allowed to
rose.
come on this stage.
Yes.
But if you weren't the token, then you weren't on the stage. And the blessing thing is that now we're doing nothing but all types of
And this-
plays and art and things. And Nick now has his youth here, and together our partnership is so strong that Marietta can't touch us.
And don't miss the point, because I hear you guys and I see you guys on social media trying to go and look for us, the one of us is in the movie. You know, when you
Right.
would come to the theater every week,
That's right.
and see a stage full of people who look and sound just like you.
Well, you know what, Yolanda, let me tell you the crazy part about it. The crazy part about it is I grew up in New York. You know, I'm Puerto Rican, but I grew up in New York. And theater was second nature to us. Theater is something that was part of our etiquette. We had to go. And when we went, we dressed up and we wore bow ties and we had to wear shoes and we had to wear a jacket and we were taught that etiquette, right? It's funny because fast forward coming to Georgia, there's theater, but it's not looked at the same way. It's looked at a whole different way. It has a whole different meaning. It has a whole different twist to it. And it's not as prestige as New York or Chicago or as others,
Or
right?
expensive in
Or as,
Atlanta.
right, exactly. Or as expensive, exactly.
Yeah.
But I will say, there is such amazing talent here. Georgia has probably some of the best local talent that you would ever see. There's no need for this theater to go outside because it's all right outside. They just need that opportunity. To be
And
very, very
to
honest.
know what's through the door.
Right.
Because you can sit here and you can watch people. When I come over to the theaters and there's so many people just kind of watching, like, where they going? You know, they don't feel invited. The biggest obstacle I've had in 60 years of vlogging, I'm talking about this because I want you to feel like it's an invitation to you. And a lot of times I'll go to stuff and people don't recognize that it's open to us. And they walk by. So Nick came down, he's got on the apron now. He's promised to give us a little bit of the voice.
Okay, so I'm doing something a little different real quick.
Raul.
I ran out of shells. I ran out of shells.
You're gonna do Rose?
Real quick, 30 seconds, and then you're gonna put your on Rose. So what I did was I took a yellow plantain, and I'm doing this because of you.
Okay.
Okay, because you said, what do you do with all the extras, right?
Right.
So I had a yellow plantain there. I know I have some extra ground beef. I know I have some Creole sauce. I know I have these onions, right? So am I gonna throw it away? No, I'm not gonna throw it away. So what I'm
I've
gonna
never
do is,
eaten a plantain.
well, we're gonna eat one right now.
I never did either.
I've
Okay.
never had plantain.
So now we're gonna take this sauce, the same sauce, because we ain't gonna throw it away. And we're gonna put a little bit on the plate. Now I took that plantain, y'all seen that I took that plantain, right? Now this is not a made up dish.
Is that what that
In
was?
the island, it's called canoa. It's
Noah.
called canoa, right? So now I'm taking the plantain and I'm opening up the plantain and I'm putting it there. Now canoa means canoe. Canoa, canoe, right? So I just created a canoe. Now I'm gonna take the ground beef and I'm gonna put the ground beef in the middle.
We mixing it, right?
And I'm gonna put this in the middle,
Can y'all
right?
see
Because
that
I'm
over there?
taking my leftovers now. This is the day after. Okay, now I'm gonna take a little bit of sauce again, and I'm gonna put a
I
little
hope y'all
sauce in
can
the
see
middle.
that on there. Let me move
Right.
some of these comments out.
And then I'm gonna
Slide the
take
comments
this,
over, guys,
and I'm gonna take
so
some
y'all
of these
can see.
onions, and I'm gonna put these onions in here because I'm not throwing away my onions and it has that coconut oil that tastes delicious.
And this is
now-
how I got started cooking in the kitchen, going in trying to figure out what to
And
do.
have I made this before? Never before. Never before. This is
the
a dish.
Leftover.
This is a leftover dish, right? That I'm showing you how to make, but it's called canoa. It has a name, and it's a real food. And it's again, like I said, it's canoe, right? And now take this out, and I took that avocado that I had in the house, right? And I just throw that together here, and I put that over here.
Where's
And
that
I'm gonna
plate
take a
going?
little bit of. Now this is all leftovers, ma'am. Right? You're talking about leftovers, right? So we're dealing with all leftovers. We're not dealing with the food now. We're dealing with the leftovers. Then I had a little bit of red peppers in here, right? So I had that for garnish, and I had that over here, and I threw that over here like this, and I threw this like this, and now look, leftover meal. It's called canoa.
I'm gonna put that on the table.
She wants to eat it.
Look, they're like, where that plate going? Wow. There you go, guys. See, this is what happens when you come to lunch with dryer buzz.
That should be your plate, because you didn't eat it.
I didn't eat it, so this is my plate. But no, slice it up.
I'll make it up. Well, you can spice that up there. It's plenty. It's plenty.
I'll get some. Yeah, wait. We got video. We got video on
There you go.
You going, Palmer? Thank you so much.
You
You
got
are
any
such
more?
a beautiful soul.
Thank you, man.
Thank you for
Love-
leaving
love it. Let's hear it for Palmer Williams.
And again, guys, like I said, thanks to Ryan Cameron for coming out. You guys missed that. That's available right now on the replay. Shout out to eyelashher.com, Marietta Theater in the Square, 27answers.com, which is my store. If you want to learn about blogging, creating buzz and so forth, and then we had some other.
Now, I'm talking about leftovers.
Right.
I'm gonna continue with the leftovers, okay?
Okay.
So now I'm gonna take a green plantain, and I'm gonna make something called a jibarito.
Okay.
All right, jibarito means, in the island, is the little young man that's running around, being the promiscuous, young man in the house. So I'm gonna take that, and I'm gonna just take this plantain real quick, same oil, and I'm gonna do this,
I don't know if we can come a little closer.
and I'm gonna fry them a little bit. And I'm just gonna, oops, sorry, and I'm gonna let that fry a little bit, and then I'm gonna squash it, and I'm gonna make a bread out of it. So instead of eating bread, we're gonna use the plantain like bread. And then we're gonna make a little sandwich in just a minute. Okay, so we're gonna let that fry up for a minute.
Okay.
So I'm utilizing all my leftovers. That was the big thing, right? We talk about leftovers, what do we do? What do we do with all this food? Well, we utilize it. We cross-utilize it and we make different meals, which is pretty cool, right?
Thank you, those of you
Let me
watching on
ask you-
YouTube, watching on Facebook.
Absolutely.
I got another
You wanna
question.
taste this chicken?
I'm gonna eat as soon as I get me some fences.
Uh-oh, we're back on fences. Okay.
So, my physicist partner, my scene partner, y'all all know, y'all give us some love. I'm gonna give you your lines. I'm gonna give you your lines, and we all family, so we
Right.
gotta do this, right?
Am I about to do some rolls?
Yes, you about to do some rolls. Okay, so, the part where I heard most of the women happy fit is when she asked me, are you still gonna see this woman? For those who's not familiar, oh, there she go already. Preach.
Right. Oh my God.
And my wife, when we did it here, my wife actually played my roles. My wife is my role in real life. That's she's my everything.
And I'm Troy for real.
Yeah, it's really, yeah, that's what they want me to say. But doing that on stage and then going home, man.
Ooh, how did you guys transition from that?
I have a wife who I put through it. You know what I'm saying? You know, I wasn't always 60. You know, I went through that period. And so doing Troy will give you a flashback. Will especially give her a flashback. And so a lot of that stuff, like you said, you was there, were you sitting close enough to see it?
Yeah.
Then you saw it. That was so the ride back home will bring on interesting conversations and certain truths.
Yeah.
But that's the thing that I really love about theater is if you tell the truth, it's going to be real. And if you can tap into that, you know, and tell the truth, People beat down Troy. Troy's this bad man. To this day, we have to do it again. There was a theater in the Morton Theater in Athens asked us to come up to do it there. So we'll be going there and putting on those Troy shoes again. But every time I do it, I don't think about what me and my Rose have been through. We haven't been through that. But me and my father, I was courted. So this whole thing is all about relationships. And Troy, you know, they put him in this box and he's a bad man, he cheated, blah, blah, blah. If anyone peeled back that onion and really looked at, you know, there's no excuse for it. But if you look at it, there's reasons for everything. And for him to be man enough to tell her, you know, yeah, this is what I did, and let's get a handle on this. And her words is, you want, oh, now it's we. Now you want to put a handle on it.
Right.
Only thing you can tell me, do you still plan on seeing her? And that's the line you're gonna get me, right? Now it's we. Where was we at when you was rolling around in the bed? Now it's we.
Do you still plan on seeing her, Troy? Let me have my moment.
I could sit up in her house and I can laugh. I can laugh out loud and it feels good. And I feel it all the way down to the bottom of my shoes. Rose, I don't know if I can get her. But you tell me, yeah, you go be with her if you think she's a better woman than me.
Well, then go be with her if you think she's a better woman
It
than
ain't
me.
about nobody being a better woman, Rose. You ain't to blame. I'm responsible for this. I got myself locked into a pattern of taking care of y'all and I forgot about myself. That was my job. And I think she hit me that time. She really got mad one night. That was my job. You remember that night, right?
She walked away saying, I'm Rose.
But that, and then she goes into that long, Rose, you ain't listening to me. I'm standing here trying to tell you that I've been standing in the same place for the last 18 years. Then you go off on me and shut all it down with what?
Well, Troy, I've been standing here with you. What about my dreams? You think I didn't bury this deep down inside of me to be here with you? You think I don't want to go up the street? I'm just saying. Y'all think I done seen fences enough? I'm telling you, but that's theater. And I tell people there's only two places you're gonna get real history and real truth. It's comedy and theater. That's the only place where courage and truth still stands. They get on there and who was it? P.C. Carson from Living Single. He said, you know, you can go do a television show, you can go do a movie, you deliver, but you still don't know what you're gonna get. But when you get on this stage, you control what people get each and every time. You know, so I want people to understand, I mean, when you think about it, how many people are in a production? How many people are behind the scenes? And it's on stage in Atlanta every night except what, Monday?
Monday and
Wednesdays is usually 2 shows, Sunday matinee. You know, get up, do your chores, go to lunch or dinner, go to the theater, and you still got the rest of your day. I'm telling you, I love theater. You know, think about your curiosity, your imagination, you know, seeing yourself, you know, whether it's Rose or anybody. I mean, and it's just the work that somebody took the time to write the story, and then to rehearse the story, to put, not to mention fund the story. You know, those are, I mean, just imagine, like, what are y'all gonna do this weekend? You know, and they're gonna be right here on the stage. This is the show. Move the chairs in the microwave. I mean, the chairs in the microphone. This is the show. This stuff is not just sitting here. There's a show called Yes, it's gonna be here this weekend.
Yeah. So this is the first time. Another thing, interesting.
Wait, did I miss it?
No, I'm getting ready to make the sandwich real quick.
I don't want to miss the plate. All up in my row.
So I'm gonna say real quickly. When we talk about trend setting, when we talk about, you know, starting things for the first time, when we talk about all these good things, for the very first time here at this theater, it's been the very first Hispanic show with English subtitles. And that's what's happening on the stage right now. Right now, we're doing Cuatro Mujeres. It's funny, because if I did any other kind of show, this place would be so packed out, it ain't even funny.
Right.
But when you do something ethnic, or when you do something different, you got to twist people's arms to get them to come and see some real work.
But I mean, even,
Right? But if I did Driving Miss Daisy, I'd sell it out every single day for the rest of my life. And I would never struggle. I would never struggle doing Driving Miss Daisy in this theater. But we refuse. We want to make people think. We want to take people out of the box. We want to make them feel uncomfortable. We want them to think. We want to have that conversation. We want to strike that conversation. Obviously, we're not going on bankruptcy, but we want to do it in a way where we're able to give the arts its true meaning, right? So I took some of that plantain that I had for you, and I just took a little bit of that chicken that I had, and I just stripped chicken, and I put the plantain on there, and just making a little snack while I'm in the house, just a little snack. We go like that. I'm gonna take a little bit of avocado again, and I just love avocado. Avocado is a great meal. I can eat avocado with just salt by itself all day long.
How do you bother so it doesn't look brown? I guess.
you buy them earlier and let them ripe.
This is
how do
called,
you know
this is
when
called
to
a
buy
hiladito. So this is just a little sandwich with the plantain being the bread, and it has some mojo chicken and an avocado slice on there. Now, if you really want to get fancy, open up that bread. And boom, there you go. And now you have another meal. Again, out of everything that I had, same things that I had, I just made you 7 different dishes. Right? It's just possible to do. It's just so possible to do. But it's just very common. Avocado. How do I know that avocado is ready to go?
You're right. When you buy it at the store.
Okay, so if you have her hold your plate. Have her hold your plate. And I want you to put out a fist for me. And I want you to put out your hand. Now put out your fist. Now I want you to touch the middle of your fist. Do you feel that?
Yeah.
That's how the avocado feel on the outside when you buy it. So when you touch it, you're gonna touch the top of the avocado, and you're gonna touch your hand, and you're gonna touch the top of the avocado. And if it's about the same, then the ripeness is there. Now, if it's hard, then take it, put it in a brown paper bag, put it in your closet, leave it 2 days, take it out, and it's ready to go. As simple as that, right?
paper bag, I just be leaving it on the counter.
Then you do the same thing again. Then you just take it and you write until it ripens.
Okay.
Same exact way. The same thing as when you're cooking meat. You have your hand open, raw, medium rare, medium well done, right? And you just keep touching the firmness of your hand, and you'll see the difference. If that makes sense.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Great. Any other questions?
No, thank
I have a
you.
comment. I like to, because my husband and I, just happened to be riding by and saw the signs.
Which one is that? That's at the.
Okay?
And we did come to a play that weekend. But my concern was, and I'm so glad you're still here.
Okay.
Because when I saw the sign, I thought, well, he has the strand right here on the square that he has to compete with.
Yep.
And so I'm like, I sure hope that this can stay open. So it's nice to know that it's still here.
Thank you, ma'am. I really appreciate that. That's important that you said that. And I guess I'll stay on the camera with this one. We could only stay open because of you. We could only stay open because of you.
That's right.
We cannot stay open for any of this. This theater is not government subsidized. We don't have grants. We don't have all that bougie money. We don't have all that extra stuff. We're literally doing it from the ground up. And we've been building it for the last 4 years from the ground up. So, yes, the Strand is there. The Strand does what they do.
Right.
Nothing that we do. We're not in competition with anybody on the block because we're 100% different from the way we look to the way we act. So there is no competition. What it does is it actually entices people to come to the square, right? I grew up in New York. I'm a chef. When I graduated from culinary school, the first place I went to go work was on 44th Street on Restaurant Road. There's 50 restaurants on one side of the street. There's 50 restaurants on the other side of the street. And on a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, you cannot get a seat in not one of those 100 restaurants. I wish and I pray that this day stays like this, that we continue to have more art, that we continue to have more restaurants, that we continue to be a destination point for people to come and enjoy themselves. That doesn't mean you're always going to come and see me. That means that one day you're going to go see the Strand. That means that one day you're gonna go see the lyric. That means that one day you're gonna come here. But that if there's enough of us doing it, you have no reason to go anywhere else other than to the square. And that should be the plan. The plan should always be that we want to continue to do something different, but better than the next. And always to improve ourselves so that we can continue to give society what it deserves. And that's real stories, real people, real life. Okay?
All right, guys, on that note, I'm gonna end the streams, and again, I just wanna thank everybody.
www.theaterthesquare.net, www.raulthomas.com. See you guys soon.
And then, of course, it's ilikesher.com, joystick.com, JOISTIK, that's all our streaming gear. And of course, you can follow me, dryerbus.com. I'm gonna go back to my.
We finally got to cook together. It only took 2 years.
That was delicious.
Okay, thank you.
Now we gonna
Thank
see
you
her
guys.
make.
I appreciate you guys coming out.
This is so good.
Absolutely.
When I
I'm
say
glad
that
you
it's so
enjoyed it.
good.